In another lifestyle's fashion first, meet a down-home supermodel who's more rodeo than Rodeo Drive. Shana Zadrick grew up a Lizards and Frogs Colorado tomboy, unaware of her looks until friends coaxed her to try modeling. Incredibly, top Big Apple agencies couldn't find any work for the looker quite unlike any other. Now one of America's best-known faces, she commands $10,000 a day to strike a sultry siren's pose. But in real life, shoot, Shana's nothing like that. She's a rootin' tootin' cowgirl who shoots skeet, raises leopards, and defies every stereotype of the precious, pampered supermodel.
I'm not like this sort of sex kitten or something that maybe I portray. I don't think. You know, I wear jeans every day. I'm not a fashion victim. I mean, my favorite store is the Gap. Something you might not expect from me, I like to smoke cigars.
Called the new Sophia, Shana's the mega marketing secret behind multi-millions spent on Calvin Klein fragrance, Sports Illustrated, and blue jeans for the Guess Company. In just 1 year, she went from wondering if her look was maybe too unusual to becoming the hot rage of the 90s. The rewards of success? Incredible.
Every day is Christmas for us. That's what I always say. It's like at Christmas time, there's, you know, every day for me is like that. It's fabulous.
And one of the Manhattan fashion editors who turned her down? They knew they'd goofed after she moved to Miami to give modeling one last chance. Photographers tripped over their tripods to get her in focus. Overnight, she became Florida's top-earning model, then hit the jackpot by replacing Claudia Schiffer as the new Guess jeans icon. It generated such a whirl of attention that Shana, still in her early 20s, was dazzled by the flashbulb frenzy.
It went so quick and I couldn't believe it. Because I used to look at the Guess ads and think, you know, I could do that, you know, I want to do that.
Success breeds success. Calvin Klein saw the Guess campaign and made an offer she couldn't refuse to embody his line of perfume. Shana expected steamy scenes at the photo session for Escape, but not the wet and wild romp they had in mind.
I had to do some pretty outrageous stuff with a male model. And we became quite good friends after spending, you know, 2 weeks together. But, you know, when you gotta, like, really kiss someone or lay on top of them on the beach or, you know, we had to do all kinds of things. And the last day that I was doing it, I had to do the horse commercial where I was riding. I rode for 8 hours that day, bareback.
Escape. Shana's escape from the world's fashion capitals is a 240-acre Sunshine State ranch, deep in the woods and far from prying eyes. She is private enough to border on reclusive, and her own open invitation to Lifestyle's cameras was a first.
It's my sanctuary, it's my privacy, and it's my place to get away. And I don't know how you got here. Who let you in? I'm like Annie Oakley when people come up here. I'm like, get off my land, you know, with my gun. I don't want it to be pretentious or ostentatious, you know, because this is me. Maybe modeling is real glamorous, and I may seem real glamorous on that side, but, you know, for real life, this is what it's all about.
Shana met her entrepreneur husband on her very first Miami modeling assignment. Just one look was all it took for Steve to fall.
I was floored. I just knew I wanted to marry her. I did. I knew I wanted to meet that girl. After the first date, I knew I wanted to marry her.
Wed just 3 weeks from that first date, their down-home ways are a far cry from glitz and glamour. Shana says, shucks, country comfort suits her fine.
If I had a little truck and I worked at the corner store selling lettuce and I had one horse and there were no paved roads in the town, I mean, that would be fine for me.
To locals, she's affectionately known as Shana, Queen of the Jungle. She and Steve are wild about big cats and own an exotic menagerie of leopards, lynxes, even lions.
When I was very young and I read the book Born Free and I saw the movie, so it was just natural to name her Elson.
Through breeding, they hope to help stave off extinction of the rare clouded leopard. Their plans include making a home for Bengal tigers and jaguars. For the beauty who lives by her looks, love pats from a lynx, even a little one, put her face and fortune on the line.
Why you want to hit Mom?
Why do you want him?
Shana accepts that risk.
Wild animals are wild animals, and I always say that you can train them, but you can't tame them, you know, and that's the beauty of them also. You have to be careful in the way that you play with them, because their plane is a 600-pound wallop that will send you flying.
Shana stables 10 steeds, and as a cowgirl is the real McCoy. She even took 2 months off modeling to learn the ropes with thoroughbred mounts, specially trained to herd cattle. She swapped rope and yarns with a country star at the Georgia Championships, then showed her mettle riding against the pros for $500,000 in prize money.
I love the smell of the manure. I love the boots and the spurs and the whole aura around it. I just could be around it all day long.
The greenhorn lassoed the 9th place trophy. Though her winnings hardly compared to $20,000 for a fashion show, Shana couldn't have been happier. Like no other supermodel we've ever featured, Amazing Shana is equally at home on the fashion runway, making television commercials and laying it all out for magazine spreads. She's riding high in the toughest game in town. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Shana Zadrick, definitely more rodeo than Rodeo Drive.